All available experts, please report to room A9.
Hey guys, Exo here, and welcome to Quantum Passwords. So, this module is similar to Quantum Ternary Converter, as in you read two things at once, using black, grey and white to represent it. But this time it's with words, but maybe in a scrambled order. There is a list of reference on this page, just so you can see what the letters are going to look like. There is no Q because none of the words feature a Q. So, let's just get into it. So, it's going to be, black squares mean that neither letter had that as part of it. White means both of them did, and then grey means only one of them did. So if you're wondering why I've got floor lights open here and cut off this bit, I'm recreating this grid and I'm going to be marking the white ones with the tile thing here, and the grey ones without it, just to make visualization for this tutorial and for me a bit easier. So let's just get started. So up first we have this one, this one, this one, this one, which are filled in and will be for both of them. And it's the same rotationally for that here and for here as well. And then filling in the extra ones that came from the non-duplicate places. So we can see that there's sort of this shape here. So this might be part of the letter. Let's see if we can find one that has both of those small sections in it. Do any of them have that sort of those sort of lines in it? It doesn't seem like it. So these probably actually come from,
cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
These probably actually come from different letters. So maybe an S is definitely possible here. Let's see if that's going to be the case. So removing the ones that didn't get duplicated. And as you see, we actually get an N. So we know our first column is going to be S and N. So moving on to the next letter. Oh, there's quite a lot of grey ones here. So the only ones that matched on these ones were these two. And pretty much everything else is filled apart from the four ones in the middle here. So I don't know if it's going to be easier or harder to figure out. This is making me feel like probably X and D. Let's see. So removing these ones. Yep, X and D. Okay, next. This is a nice little case. Fully white E, so we know that both words have an A. But we didn't do them a lot by card. Just for this, going back to this one, I figured out there's an X because of the sort of cross in the middle, but that's not always the case. And this is a special case where the two letters line up. I had one in the practice go earlier, which was both O instead of E. Okay, another sort of slightly messy one. We've got these ones are in both. And we can fill in these ones. So immediately by looking at this, I'm thinking R might be one of the letters here. So let's see. Let's just check what the R looks like. Okay. So it's going to be this rectangle here, plus this line here, and these two here, and that is in fact going to give us an X. So R and X. Let's see, we could make an educated guess for this one, because we've given most of the letters. But let's just figure it out anyway, mainly because we've got two E's and two X's, so probably not going to be as easy. So these ones are filled in, and as you can notice with this one, it's actually symmetric across the centre, so it's more likely that the two letters are going to be symmetric across the middle, little column that is. So W is definitely possible here. Let's see if that will work. It will not, because we then don't get an actual valid letter out of the other end. So no, it's not W. Could be I or T actually. Let's remove that one. Remove this whole line. And then the I will give us a U, so it's going to be I and U. So now we have all the letters. We're going to try and find the two words that we're using. The X is probably going to tell us a set amount of words. One of the words is, I think, index, and the other one's going to be zeros. Taking out index, we get index and zeros. This is where we come to this rule. If the numbers share parity, we're going to press the lower number. If they don't share parity, we're going to press the high number. Parity just being if they're both odd or they're both even. So we have 5 and 4 here. One is odd, one is even, so they don't share parity. So we're going to submit the grid, the higher number, which is 5, which is the last grid. As you can see, this is grid 1. We get self-module. Let's do one more example. Okay, so just from the look of this already, pretty much looking like E is going to be one of the letters. Although there's actually a good chance it could actually not be. Let's remove these letters. Yep, that gives E and B. That was quite easy because quite literally the lines for the E were pretty much all there already. And then you could also argue that you might have actually seen the B first. Okay, this one's actually got the same squares as the other one. However, these ones don't stay this time. So, since only these two lines are filled in, I'm thinking it might be an F this time. So let's remove these ones. No. And it can't be E either. So we know it's not F, not E. So we know only one letter uses this little bit here. So let's go for what are some other letters that use that? Don't think K is possible. P is possible. Let's see if that works. Yeah, P and S. Let's just check. Yep, the S looks like that. So we've got P and S. Okay, up next, only these two are the same in both. And then we've got a lot of non-overlap. The overall shape of it is making me think C. But that's not going to leave very many for the other one, but let's see. Yeah, didn't leave very many for the other one. I, possibly? But that's going to take out a lot as well. Yeah, it's not going to be I either. Ooh, could it be T and L? T and L could be possible here. Yeah, T and L. And it's just basically this over and over again. This is looking like a H and an A. Oh, actually. Oh no, yeah, it is. That one I don't have anything to do it because if you look at the H and the A here, the only difference are the top row of tiles there, which is exactly what we have. So this is going to be A and H. As you can see, some of them are much more easier than others, similar to the one that was both E. Okay, there's something jumping out at me at this one, but it's not immediately obvious what the other letter is at the moment. What's really jumping out at me is it's probably going to be an M in this. So let's see if the assumption was correct. Yep. Taking that, I figured out because it didn't have the full cross, it had this upper bit here. which you can see is in the M here, and pretty much is the only letter that has the little bit, apart from the X, but there wasn't anything there. So we've got M and D. And now let's go back to the word list to try and figure out what 2 words we have here. Remember, there's only 1 letter per column for both words. So let's look at words that have B in them. Blaze is not possible. Lambs is possible. Let's see if that gives us another, the other one being a word. I think that is also depth. Is that a word? Yep. So we've got depth as one of our words, and lambs I think was the other word, was it? Yeah. So we've got depth and lambs this time. These share parity this time, so we're submitting the one with the lower number, which is, funny enough, 1, which is screen 1. Come back to this screen. We get another sole module. So that was quantum passwords. It's quite a simple concept, because figuring out the letters sometimes it's quite easy, sometimes it's not obvious to begin with. There are actually some examples where you can have all grey because none of the squares line up. I can't tell offhand what the 2 letters were for that example. But yeah, sometimes you can have one that's actually different for all squares. And of course, as you saw, you have one where both letters line up because there aren't all unique letters in all of them. So if you've got gimpy and heavy, you could have the Y's appear on the same screen. So anyway, that was quantum passwords. Hopefully you understand how that works now. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.